Namaste, gods, goddesses, and the mysteries of light. This is drtajen. And if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, everyone. This is Dr. T, your metaphysical and your health plug, here to talk to you about twin flames. And when twin flames try to date others, how that is always shut down by divine intervention in one way, shape, or form. Now let's go ahead and get into this thing. I am speaking here on personal experience. My experience may not be your experience, so I just ask that you come with an open mind and an open heart. Okay? Because I can only speak from my own personal experience. I cannot speak from the experience of other YouTubers, other twin flames. I can only speak from my relationship with my twin and what I have witnessed by coaching others along the way. And it just seems like there's some type of, common denominator when it comes to once you meet your twin, and even for those of you that have not yet met your twin, there is something that will always be missing. There will always be something that will be lacking. Okay? When your twin is unable to meet you in the physical or to see you in the physical, it is because their inability to look and see themselves. Whether that's spiritually, emotionally, or physically. Okay? So, for those of you that have been taking it personal because your twin flame has been running and you guys have been in separation and it's been a long time, pull up a chair and have a seat. Because one thing that I want to let you know is that the twin flame journey is not about romance. If you think that it's you finding your other half and then you guys are going to live happily ever after, then you have been sadly mistaken. This journey is a journey within your spiritual journey. It's just like an added bonus in addition to or in lieu of your spiritual journey with Source. So let's say you and your twin flame, I'm going to use my example. You've gotten past the runner chaser dynamic and you came into union, you married, you had children, etc. You guys accomplished a lot for twin flames. And then all of a sudden, one day, the big separation happens. And you have been mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally drained ever since. Trying to figure out how are you going to reconcile what God has said was never going to be broken. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder. But yet and still, you're experiencing separation between you and your twin. Whoa, this is a divine union. We're not supposed to be apart. You're absolutely right. See, when you start winning on this journey is when you start to ascend. And as you ascend, your twin ascends. And then you start working from 5D and above. 5D is not the highest ground, baby. There's so many dimensions. There's 114 chakras. And I'm believing that there's more dimensions than what meets the eye. Some say that there's 33. Who knows? My whole point is to say this. Dating in this world, most people date recreationally, not intentionally. It's kind of like going out to the gym and working out or going to a dinner. It's perfunctory. It's a habit. Some people deem it a chore. One thing that separates twin flames from other people is that this is a love-based connection where you are connected to this person heart to heart. That is the reason why there is no connection above this connection besides the connection you have with God. You see, not only are you connected heart to heart, but you're connected third eye to third eye, crown to crown. Okay? And all the other chakras in between. But these are the ones that are most important for you as twin flames. The third eye, the crown chakra, and the heart chakra. And notice that all of these chakras are high chakras, not lower chakras. We're not talking about the sacral chakra. That's a given. You could be connected to someone else that's not even your twin flame through the sacral chakra. A soulmate, a karmic. That's nothing. What's important is you being connected from these high chakras, because this is what's going to help you to transcend, ascend. You see what I'm saying? And transform. These are important. Why does it not work when twin flames try to date others? Because it's not supposed to. It's not. I hear so many people tell me, my twin flame chose a soulmate and they got married. So what? It doesn't mean they're not thinking about you. It doesn't mean that there is not a day that does not pass by that they're not thinking about what could have, should have been. It's almost like trying to put a square peg into a circle hole. It just won't fit. I know of plenty of stories. The list goes on and on and on. I done heard it and I done seen it all. Being the fact that I do coach twin flames. And one thing that always comes back is the common denominator. No one is like your twin. You have the same signature. Okay, let's talk about energy. You have the same signature that your twin has. You just feel like home with one another. You just fit. Circle peg, circle hole. You don't have to explain yourself to your twin. You already know. And even sometimes if your twin tries to seven a sword you and put a mask over their face and try to pull a wool over your eyes, you already know when they lying to you. And that's one of the reasons why some of your twin flames run. Because they can't pull a wool over your eyes. They can't, put a smoke screen in front of you because you'll see right through it. Everybody get their pants up in an uproar and take it personal and think that, hey, my twin don't want me, or, why does he or she want this person and that person and they don't want me? Because you are cream of the fucking crop. You understand? You're high maintenance, you're high standards. They don't want that type of work. Most of them don't want to even do that work. They want easy peasy. They want something that's going to be not a challenge. Most people don't want to be challenged when it comes to love. It's kind of like ordering a fine dinner, but you're at the table struggling to eat your food because you're fighting with your food just to eat it. That's how most of your twin flames are. They want the dish already prepared very well and very easy to eat and digest. You get a twin flame energy on top of a twin flame energy, and there is no easy way around that energy because you have two people that are in the same energy. And people would think, well, hey, that's supposed to be a good thing. I got somebody just like me. Have you sat alone with yourself? Let's be 100% real. If you sat alone and you done your shadow work and you've done, transformation, turning the dark into light, you will realize that there are some parts of you that you don't even like, let alone having another person come in with that same energy. Okay. The reason why it does not work when twin flames are in relationships with other people, especially now that we both know that we are the other half of each other's soul. Like, I am the very thing that you've been praying for. You're the very thing that I've been praying for. And then You might not have dealt me some good cards. I might not have dealt you some good cards. And then I find out I hurt the very person that I prayed to God for, to God's source to bring me? No. I'm going to run so I can deny all of this. That way I won't be held accountable. But guess what? Accountability is a must. You can own it today and have a beautiful, bright future ahead of you that is not contingent on the fact of if you're going to wake up or not to your consciousness with this person. And you can go forward in the conscious awareness instead of conscious dignizance. Excuse me. I just put two words together. Cognizance, dissonance. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Spirit. Of confusion. Not knowing where to turn or where to go. Being confused your whole life. And then wondering why this person that is the other half of your soul, you can't get them off your mind. You can't think about them without feeling a certain type of vibration or high wave of energy because of the magnetism is so deep. Who wants to walk around in cognizant dissonance and confusion and anguish and pain and feeling drained every day because you are zapped of your power, because the other person is like the missing link? Nobody. And you can only pretend for so long. And eventually, we all know that nagging feeling that gets to you and say, I should be with this person. Because nobody that you're in a relationship with is going to ever compare to your twin, because you're going to always compare the other person to your twin. Ask me how I know. And your twin is going to do the same thing. They're going to, oh, I'm great. I'm fine. Yeah, I got a new person. Yeah, this person's great. Yeah, for the moment, momentarily. Your twin flame is the only person that meets every single check that you can cross off in your boxes for what you are looking for in a mate. Only your twin. There may be somebody that might come in and check all the boxes, but there may be 2 or 3 boxes that they cannot check. Nobody outside of your twin flame will check all of those boxes. Trust me. It wasn't designed that way on purpose. You have a divine purpose with this person, whether it be to be a business partner, whether it means to be just best friends for the rest of your life, or whether it means to be husband and wife or to be in some type of sacred union together. Whatever the case is, you have unfinished business. You have timelines that you have to crush. You have trauma you have to overturn. You have wounds that you have to heal, whether together or separate. It does not matter. Your job, if you are in separation with your twin, is surrender. Stop trying to play God. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, whether it's 5 years, 15 years, or 20 years. It is not your job to dictate for God when you and your twin are going to get together. Your job is to ascend, surrender it all, crush those timelines, work on yourself personally, and hold space for your twin. Because if you've done everything that you needed to do, that you promised through these soul contracts, and only you would know what those soul contracts are, and if you don't, I would suggest you get a twin flame oracle to find those out. Fulfill those soul contracts. Fulfilling those soul contracts is what's going to bring you closer and closer into union. Transcending it and using spiritual alchemy, that is what's going to get you closer and closer into union. Using magic to heal your twin flame, like I did with the violet flame. To heal the karma between me and my twin flame. The soul revocations that I did to revoke those old soul contracts that he vowed for celibacy and poverty and all those things that don't serve us right now in the here and the now in this timeline in 2022. I'm not in a physical relationship with my twin flame, but I'm in a spiritual relationship that I love with my twin flame. So if you want to say we have union, you can say we have union because we consistently, I just said the same thing, sorry. We consistently are in communication with one another. Whether he reaches out, whether I reach out, whatever the case, it doesn't even matter. We don't even keep track. It just naturally happens and organically happens. It is a natural rhythm. We're not trying to put that square peg into that circle hole. We both have surrendered. God is going to make it to where if you get off a course, you or your twin, God's source is going to circumvent circumstances and situations until you are back on the same path. I'm not going to lie to you. When I divorced this past January, talk again. At least that was my plans. I wanted to talk to him again. Like, look, I'm not about to convince you you're my twin flame. I want you to do the work. I'm about to move on. And that's what I call. And it took for me to twin flame to awaken to him being my twin flame. Now my twin flame know he's one and there is no one else that's ever going to make him happy and make him have an orgasm the way that I did. You can have the best of the best sex, but it doesn't mean that it's going to compare to your twin flame. There's many of you that haven't even met your twin flame yet, and you still know that your twin flame is out there and you are not satisfied until you finally meet your twin, because you know that you are going to be satisfied beyond the physical. Because that's what a twin flame does. They don't make love to just the body, but they make love to your soul. When twin flames, when they agree, like me and my twin flame agreed not to be together, and they start dating other people, they start to realize the connection. And they start to know that there is nothing like the real thing, baby. Okay? These other relationships are counterfeit relationships. I'm not saying that twin flames cannot find true love outside of their twin flame. They can. But let me explain something to you. You finding someone outside of your twin and falling in love with this person does not substitute the fact that you still have a real bona fide twin flame, especially after you guys came together and did the horizontal hokey pokey. And this is just in case kids are listening to mom or dad listening to my recording. Because once two twin flames come together, they activate the kundalini. A soulmate doesn't activate your kundalini. They can if you guys practice a sexual art together. Yeah, I'm 100% in congruency with that. I believe that, but I'm talking about this happens naturally. It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to be invoked. This is something that's automatically activated when twins come together. You don't have to use Karma Sutra. You don't have to use Tantra. You don't have to do any of that because it naturally happens. Because how do I know? It happened to me and my twin. Naturally. Without even reading a book. And I've practiced it with my soulmates. But I had to do Karma Sutra and Tantra in order to get that activated and to get those fires started. Don't you just want things to happen naturally and organically instead of using tools on the outside in order for you to kind of compensate for what you don't have because of your own idiosyncrasies, whatever they may be. Isn't it a lot better when things just happen naturally and you don't have to coerce or you don't have to force it? Who wants forced love? My body doesn't even belong to me and just me. It belongs to my twin flame. Think about it. You are the same soul in two separate bodies. Who am I to just throw my body to someone else when I know that it belongs to another? There are situations where you and your twin flame may agree not to be together. Like me and my twin flame, we agreed not to be together in the 3D, in the physical form. But it does not mean that we don't both yearn for each other. And that we don't both long to be together. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't be twin flames. To not want to be or to not long for your twin, if you ever cease, if there's ever a day where that stops, that wasn't your twin. Because it's been 5 years since the last time that we slept together in a physical sense of being together in union. And that longing and that yearning will always be, no matter who I'm with. Your mind, but your heart is what the heart wants. Okay? Chooses who you love. The thing is, if you can get your mind and your heart and over your heart, if you can do, then you're doing very good for yourself. Who is overly emotional, and it is they both. Why it will never be the same with a twin flame and a soulmate is because there's certain levels of degrees of energy that a person can give pertaining to a soulmate. That twin flame telepathy where you know what's on each other's mind and finishing each other's sentences and even saying things at the same time, that don't happen always. I'm not saying that cannot happen in a soulmate relationship, because I've experienced that before, but not like how I did with my twin. It was every day. Every single day, not a day that went past. We always said the same thing at the same time, or we would know what each other were thinking without even having to say it. It was much stronger, more magnetized. Me and my twin flame, we used crystals when we made love. Certain types of crystals to help us to channel the energy into our lower extremities so the orgasm can be more intense. I've used crystals with my other partners and I didn't feel anything. And these were the same type of crystals. Of course, I didn't use the same ones. I bought the same type. And there was no feeling. There was no rush like I got with my twin. Energy is a dry snitch. Okay? You can try to act like you made it and that you finally overcame the feelings for your twin flame. But in reality, it'll always come back around. What doesn't come out in the wash, it always comes out in the rinse. I know twin flames that decided to move on from their other twin flame because they had irreconcilable differences, and that happens. But they're never the same. As a matter of fact, they're even more sadder in the new relationship than what they were when they were with their twin. So So it would have just been best if they just would have worked it out with their twin flame from the beginning and stopped doing the things that made the relationship toxic. There's nobody like your twin flame. I don't care how hard you try to fuck them out your system, how hard you try to brainwash yourself that you're over them and that you no longer need them. You will always need them. They will always be a part of you because they are you. And I have come to the conclusion of this discourse. Namaste.